I'm genuinely wondering which other Dulquer Salmaan film was as boring and disengaging or whatever as this one. There are so many movies that I've watched, especially his movies from the Malayalam film industry, and I cannot think of a film that was this boring. This is not to say there were bad films or worse films of his, but let me know in the comments below if you think any other Dulquer Salmaan film was more boring than King of Kotha, or if you think King of Kotha was not boring at all. I think that there was just nothing going for the writing in this film and the screenplay and the presentation. This entire film starts with, some sort of a slow build up, and then immediately at the time Dulquer Salmaan or the King of Kotha arrives, he is the king, he is there to rule, he is ruling everything, he's doing a lot of things. He has some relationships that are not going well with his family and other people. He has a love story that is going up and down. All these things happen and the story keeps going, but eventually ends up being a personal feud sort of a thing between him and somebody else, Kannan, played by Shabeer, I think. And it just doesn't have anything going for the audience to be connected. That there was no such thing in the movie where the audience felt like rooting for Dulquer or somebody else, or feeling anything and trying to understand why all these people are fighting so much and going crazy. I just felt like the writing was not justifying all the actions in the film. It was also not justifying the amazing background music that it had. It just kept coming every time now and then and just making it a massy movie or a moment which barely worked in 3 or 4 scenes in the film. Overall, it just didn't feel like this was written to escalate the character, to have a graph that keeps going up, that becomes more interesting, that becomes more intense. The story, plot points, any twists and turns seem just forced, and nothing really surprising or new or any of that, or any of those things. And although the first half you could still watch it because it's still building up the story and the characters and all the relationships and all of that, it was definitely watchable. The second half just goes into a territory where I didn't feel engaged at all. That is the biggest problem with this film. It is such a high budget film, it is so much marketing, it is released in so many languages, and in my trailer and teaser reactions you would say I would think this is the next Pushpa, and now this sets apart why something like Pushpa works so much. It has such a detailed storyline, build up of the character, what happens, other characters are great, all the grey characters are contributing to the script, story and the journey of Pushpa, and over here there's just nothing. Right from the word get go, he is the king and he remains the king throughout the film, and there was just not enough pulling the character down, pulling it back. There was just nothing. And so coming from the Malayalam film industry and Dulquer Salmaan and all this team that's working on it, you would expect some content that elevates the characters, elevates the film, and continues giving that credibility to the Malayalam films industry, that they can also do mass films with a twist, with extremely good content, all these kind of things. And none of that happened, and I wonder why. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. We have so many other mass movies starring Mohanlal, Mammootty, many other big stars that actually have this kind of good content, so it's not like that is not available. We have all other movies from all other regions that do this really well and continue to do this well, so there's no shortage of references to make a King of Kotha with Dulquer. The only good part about this movie, other than the background music which is excellent, is Dulquer Salmaan's performance. I think he lived the character, breathed the character. He did really well in his performance and had that screen presence and all of that. However, that is not enough if the story does not back it, if the other characters are not interesting enough, if their relationships, subplots, etc. are not interesting enough. This is also a pretty long film, and I saw a tweet the other day about which is a film that was so long you kept checking your time, and this is the one. I wanted to check my phone, I wanted to check when this movie is getting over. I was waiting for it to just wrap up because I wanted to leave, and I've never felt this in a long time for a movie. And so that kind of is something absolutely unexpected from this film, this project that we were expecting to explode and become a national sensation and all of that. I don't know what rating to give this film because I haven't felt so bored in a while in a movie, unfortunately. So for the background music, 1 star. For Dulquer Salmaan, 1 more star. And for trying to do such great promotions, marketing, etc., go with half star. But 2.5 is probably what this movie deserves. At the end of the day, it is a very average film, very straightforward, not much going on, and nothing much to say. It is just a flat film. Let me know your thoughts on King of Kotha below. Everyone was waiting for this movie. Everyone was waiting for this project, this Onam release, all of that thing. Big budget, big promotions. If you have watched it, leave your comments below. And don't forget to tell me which other Dulquer movie was so boring. Unfortunately, did not like it. Keep watching this channel for much more videos, reviews, trailer reactions, etc. Subscribe if you haven't already. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.